No, it's kind of funny. Whenever there's a clown in a talent show, you don't want to follow him because those are some big shoes to fill. My name is Victor Ashley with Skyline Properties. I'm a real estate agent out of Seattle, Washington. You can reach me directly at 425-559-4590. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and following my channel. And also, I'm not exactly sure who this is important to, but it might be important to you, and it might be important to your friend also. So feel free to share if you like. I want to take a quick moment and say thanks again to the growth that I've been seeing in the subscriber base. Really appreciate all the support, all the love, all the follows, and I just really appreciate that. Also, just so you know, I did notice I made a mistake on one of my previous videos. I had a little note on there, just so you're aware. But we're going to go back into the first 15 days of March from this year versus the first 15 days of March from last year. And we're going to be looking at the Linwood area again, and that is with the 98043 zip code. Now, if you watch my last two videos, you're going to notice that I am keeping track of the market decline between last year and this year. And also, I want to take a quick moment and also go over some of the documents and articles I've been reading this week. And I think that it's kind of interesting because it's very timely and I wanted to get into it and show you. So let me just get started. Let's start with the articles first. So this article came out last year about, let me see, this is March 24th, 2022. And it was the interest rates were changed at that time to 4.42%. And that was currently the highest at that time that we've seen since 2019. This is right after the pandemic. And then also, just so you are aware, with today's rates right now, this is about 3 full percentage points below where we're at today. So this is definitely impacting our sales data and our sales demand, just so you are aware. A couple of articles that came out this week that I thought were kind of interesting. The National Association of Realtors just put one out, and there was a document. There was a one line in here that I thought was pretty interesting, and it was the medium existing homes sold actually decreased 0.2% year over year, and that is it decreased to $363,000. Now that's a national average, and what I've been giving you the last 2 days are a local average. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. But we are now officially seeing a decline according to the National Association of Realtors. And then also in here, Redfin came out with an article last week that I referenced at the very tail end of last week, reporting that the home sales prices have fell 1% in February, which is the first drop that we saw for the last 10 years. So that kind of spurred me to where I'm at right now with actually going into our presentation today. Because I went through and I'm like, hey, I want to figure out exactly in each of these zip codes that I track how much there has been a decline. And the way that I did that is I compared the first 15 days of March from this year versus the first 15 days of March last year. Now, sales data is lagging. It's always about 30 days behind. So please be aware, for the homes that closed for the 1st and the 15th of March, more than likely they accepted a contract between the 1st and the 15th of February. So it takes a long time to go through title, funding, all the processes, your inspections, and then when that's all done, you exchange the keys and then you're done. But it takes a little bit of time to get through that, and this is actually why I wanted to point it out. But let's go into our zip code here of 98043, and this is one that I've been tracking for you now for a couple of months, and I thought I'd pull it up. So this is the Mountlake Terrace zip code in the Linwood area, and I wanted to show you kind of where it is. This is roughly 16 miles north of Seattle, and it's in between Edmonds as well as Everett and Mill Creek in Kenmore area. So it's kind of centrally located to everything. Well, based on today's rates of interest, which is, as you can see right here, 7.305, that is 3 full percentage points higher than last year. So going back into our document and what we actually pulled, when I pulled the 1st and the 15th of last year's information, I used the 4.42% for a mortgage. And then for this year, I used the 7.3% for the mortgage, and I used $60,000 for the down payment. And this is actually what I kind of found, and I wanted to go over it with you. So last year, there was 20 homes that were sold in this area, specifically, and the cost per square foot came out to $507. The average house at that time was sold for $850,000, and it was roughly 1,700 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, and it was only on the market for 5 days. So compared to this year, we've had only 9 homes close in that specific amount of time. And the average house was sold for $662,000. It was on the market for 18 days. So 13 days more. And again, it was 2 beds. It was 3 beds, 2 bath, and it was just under 1,700 square feet. So that brought us to a straight comparison of square footage cost versus square footage cost. And the square footage cost for last year was 507 versus 475 this year. When I averaged the 2 sizes of houses together, I came up with 1594 for our square footage size, and I made that our theoretical 3-bedroom, 2 bath house. And what I came out with is the purchase price theoretically for that house, just so we have an apples to apples comparison, was $808 last year. Just so $808,000 last year. But this year, it was $757. So that's how it would look like in the difference of cost. Now, your monthly cost, though, would go up. So last year, it was just over $3,700 a month to have a mortgage for that, just including only your payment and your interest, not including any taxes, special assessments, or fees, or even HOAs. This year, though, it actually went up to $4,870 for the exact same size house. And again, even though we are now saving $50,000 in equity that we don't have to buy anymore, which is actually a 6.2% decrease compared to the 1% or even the 0.2% that Redfin and also the National Association of Realtors were referencing. In this area, it's gone down 6.2% and the $50,000, but our mortgage has increased by 30% in this area. So our mortgage increased, just for a straight number for you, $1,100. And that's almost half of what we usually used to pay for. So that's 30% of what a mortgage payment used to be. So I want to give you guys a quick rundown of how the market's actually been changing. And it's really important to actually pay attention to these kind of things. And this is the reason why I asked you to follow this channel. I keep track of these things every day, and I hope that I can help you or anyone that you know either buy or sell a home someday. And, you know, they might be on the journey just like me, and they might be on the journey just like you. So again, it was a pleasure working with you today, and I hope you have a fantastic day.